We've had a small piece of news coming from 7 Days Official on Twitter, with a target release for the next-gen version of the game for Series X and PlayStation 5, as well as Alpha 22. If you want to stay updated with everything 7 Days and survival gaming, hit the subscribe button. You may remember the 7 Days developers briefly showing off a working build of the game for PlayStation 5 back when they were promoting Alpha 21 with the developer livestreams, in which they touched on the idea that they plan to release the new console edition alongside Alpha 22 in the near future. Of course, no definitive release windows were shared for either Alpha 22 or the latest console release, but they did suggest that the launch of Alpha 22 will follow shortly after Alpha 21, with a shorter period of development between the two. In the livestream, it was revealed the console port of the game is being handled by Australian development team Titanium Games, and at this time the game was already going through product submission with Microsoft and Sony, which suggests the port is pretty far along. They hinted at the inclusion of crossplay and legacy console features like 4-player co-op, as well as all of the features coming in the latest Alpha 22 build. Take a quick look at this clip to jog your memory about them discussing the console version.
Our plan, so far it looks like PlayStation 5, Xbox S and X series will get a new product. We're trying to work with product submission on both Microsoft and Sony to see if we can get folks who owned it already a discount on the new product. So we've got a short Alpha 22 plan that has some features, but we think that if things go well with Alpha 22, that will be the version 1 of the new product on console, on both consoles. And as we march towards gold, we have larger aspirations for the version.
Since then, there hasn't been much of anything said in regards to the console editions of the game, and I've been checking the Twitter and official forums regularly, until now. After posting a screenshot to Twitter celebrating an all-time high concurrent player count on Steam, the Fun Pimps received a reply from one Twitter user questioning the status of the console edition. In response, they shared a target release window for both Alpha 22 and next-gen console releases. In the tweet, which I'll put on screen for you now, they stated, "We are working hard with a partner studio on bringing a new version to current-gen consoles, Q4 this year or Q1 next year." It's been speculated that both A22 and new console edition could release by the end of 2023 in previous months. Though some would argue these release windows have rarely actually been met in the past, it does seem the Fun Pimps themselves are pretty confident in meeting these targets enough to share them publicly on Twitter. With all we've seen in the Developer Diary livestreams, including a plethora of Alpha 22 features and concept designs, it's not hard to imagine that development for A22 was being undertaken in parallel to that of A21, with many of its features being content actually pushed back from Alpha 21 itself. If what the Fun Pimps have said about the next-gen console editions releasing on Alpha 22 build are accurate, it's highly possible we could see both release by the end of the year, which would also line up nicely with a few different commercial holidays that any business would want to take advantage of. You've got November's Black Friday and Cyber Monday, December is obviously the holiday period, and going into Q1 of 2024, you also have the January sales, all prime targets for a new release of both Alpha 22 on Steam and the next-gen console editions. If the Fun Pimps follow the formula used in promoting Alpha 21, with the use of Developer Diary livestreams on Twitch, we could also expect to start seeing more concrete news on both Alpha 22 and next-gen console editions around October, if they are on schedule for a Q4 2023 release, or December to January if they're running into Q1 of 2024. There's definitely plenty of new systems and locations to get stuck into in Alpha 21 to tide you over until then though, with a host of mods also being updated to run on the latest Alpha as well. So these potential next 6 months should be a lot less painful than the previous 18 months wait time between Alpha 20 and Alpha 21. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with all things 7 Days and survival gaming, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about the possibility of Alpha 22 and next-gen console editions releasing in 2023 in the comments below. And why not check out one of my other videos on screen now.